the first sound you just heard. Hello, everybody. It is I'm Bird Hapley. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Chameleon and the very first episode, Fandomonium. Woo, woo, woo.
This is a good thing.
So we've got a few announcements before we get started with tonight's episode. The first big announcement is this system is a brain baby that I had, and so we're going to be playtesting it. We're going to be seeing what works and what doesn't work. But this is it in its infancy, in its newest sort of freshest form. So please, if you'd like, you can join us on the Discord. We'll have a little discussion group open. I think I might create a channel, or you can email me as always at the last chosen scribe at gmail.com. Please do not email me at thelastchosenscribe.com right now.
He's emailing you right now.
But please follow us on the Discord. We'd love to hear from you and love to hear how you thought the game went tonight. There's lots of exciting things happening on Indigo Chameleon. This coming Tuesday is an episode of Wonder. It is our Dungeons and Dragons set in Wonderland. It's going to be very exciting. This week's episode is called The Siege. As an army tries to make their way into the house and cause a huge old ruckus. They don't have to fight the army, they just have to make it to a certain point in time. So they just have to survive. So we'll see how much of the house survives with them. As the armies outside are trying to barrel in to finally get Nyx and bring him to a requested point.
How you enjoyed Game of Thrones, huh?
Game of Thrones and Avengers.
You're fired from those sorts of shows and movies for a while.
Only one more season.
So that's happening on Tuesday night. On Thursday night, we finally are doing the Homebrew and Brew with you.
And you.
We're finally covering Ravenclaw. Don't you dare! We have our producer over there that was just like, and you? No. Okay. We're finally going to cover the Ravenclaw Wizard subclass, which I'm very excited about, and I'm going to be letting you do all the heavy lifting.
Are you going to let another Ravenclaw come and join?
Do we have any more?
We do, and I'm afraid to invite him. But yes.
He knows his stuff. That's why you're afraid.
Chris, if we can get him over, one big uno, if we can get him over, I will let you two handle it, and I will just sit back and cry tears of panic for fear that you ever played this particular role. So that's going to be happening on Thursday night. On Friday, ladies and gentlemen, you asked for it. You got it. Motherfucking Crab Truckers 2. Trucking through time. The crabs.
Through time.
This joke keeps getting funnier every single time.
Through time.
Through time. So join us as a group of crabs takes their big rig and travels through
time.
There we go. And fights all sorts of wibbly wobbly goodness. So tune in for that on Friday, and then which will cycle us back around to Sunday night, where if this goes well, we have another fandom to explore. And I've got a few sort of ticking around the old head. So all of that being said, should we do a breakdown of the rules? Because there are some people that have not seen this.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Like,
Seeing as I agreed to this earlier this afternoon.
Now.
Yes.
Just right off the top of
I
my
definitely
head.
don't read the
totally
rules,
read the
so-
rules.
Okay. So this is this rule set is a culmination of me playing a lot of like one-page one-shots and Dungeons and Dragons and hearing about systems. I heard it's equivalent to or in tandem with the Fate system. Having never played the Fate system, I cannot confirm or deny
It
it.
is similar.
It is similar to the Fate system. So here's how you play it. This game, all it requires is D8s and a sense of camaraderie between
halfway there.
We're halfway.
We have the D8.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
All I've asked these people to come up with is a name for their character, a characteristic or aspect of this particular character that they're playing, and what they want. Yes.
I don't know that third one yet. Give me a second.
That's all right. What we're going to do is we're going to have challenges, basically contested roles between myself and these players, with the base being I would roll 2d8, they would roll 2d8. whoever got the higher amount, they either succeed in what they're trying to do, or they fail in what they're trying to do. If they like, they are able to tap into their particular aspect or characteristic and add a third D8 to the mix to sort of up the odds in their favor. They can even get help from one of their fellow players who can say, hey, listen, I would like to assist by doing this in particular, and add another D8, giving them a total of 4 D8 if they're able to channel an aspect of who they are and channel the help of a friend. All of that being said, there are sort of the way I'm breaking it down in my head is the challenges that I set forth for a player are going to be ranging based on story, but something normal would be the 2d8 where I roll against you. Something hard would be 3d8. Something extreme would be 4d8. Something impossible like ramping in the Ecto-1 off of a T-Rex would be 5d8. Okay, it's impossible. But I like a bit of the impossible. I think like a little bit of impossible is good for you. It's like vegetables. So I've given the players each a coin. One simple.
Can I get a coin?
Those players that were
one player a coin.
those
I was
players.
Right here and I was never given a coin.
Liam actually took the.
Yeah, it's true.
So here's
I
the
had to
coin you want
reclaim
to
mine.
What's
From
my
or Apollo mission.
Ooh,
or
space. Give me
space.
space.
Okay. I'm gonna give you one. You want this one?
Sure.
St. Augustine.
Ooh.
Which one do you want? SeaWorld?
I want to pick one at random out of the bag, like a
Like a
test
rando?
of fate.
What's life without a little whimsy?
I love a good trust in the fates.
Sign B extra, it's fine.
Alright, which one did you get?
I got SeaWorld Rescue.
Yeah! I've given the players each a coin. This coin is going to allow them once a game, while they have this coin in their possession, to channel the impossible. They basically, you choose a role and you succeed on that role and you're able to narrate to me how the universe bends to your will.
So I get to tell you how I remember it. Got it.
Yes.
I
That's
missed
right.
this.
Yes, you missed this so much. But it was one of my favorite aspects from the Bard one shot that we did. I want to give you guys a little bit of control. However, there's another aspect of the game that I want to introduce, and let's get it on camera, and that is called the sacrifice. This is one of my favorite sort of dynamics from the Dread sort of system and other systems out there, Dungeons and Dragons, all those big moments where you're able to sort of sacrifice yourself. You can change reality and change fate once again by sacrificing your character. So the big bad's coming at Aubrey Faith. Al goes, I'm going to supersede this. I'm throwing my character in the way, and you get to narrate how you saved her or how you accomplished the impossible thing. I will say that a sacrifice supersedes a coin. Does that make sense? If it ever came down to this, where I was like, where Tracy's like, no, I'm not allowing this. No. You supersede with a sacrifice. Does that make sense? Now, all of that being said, we'll learn more as we go along. The audience I've also given powers to through the use of bits. The audience can choose to add dice to one of your rolls or one of mine to make it harder. They can add re-rolls to you guys or to me to make your life harder. They even have the ability to add more coins, more abilities for you to change fate as you know it. I even added a 3,000 bits in there, like a buy 3, get one free, so that everybody here can have an extra one if they wanted to. So ways for you, the audience, to play with us. I think that's good. I know it's a lot of rambling, and what I'm going to do is I am going to. I will allow this. Here's what I'm going to do. I am now going to post the rules for this game in the Discord.
Ooh.
Oh, I've already made the channel.
Public.
Oh,
Have you
yeah,
already
it's
made
in
the
the
channel?
channel.
Yeah, it's the one labeled not emailing the last chosen scribe about his Brain Baby Right Now channel.
Got it. Okay. In the channel called not emailing the last chosen scribe about his brain baby right now. We'll change the rules of that later. The entire rule set for the game has now been posted So, and I will have to edit that because I think I added the.
And if you just joined us, I'm going to do a link to the Discord if you're here and you're not there.
Yeah.
See? Yay!
Whoop whoop.
So give a look and let us know what you think. But let's try playing this, okay? And let's tell a fun story. Because at the end of the day, like, take away the dice, take away the coins and everything like that. It's the reason we play.
Take away my coin.
The reason we
Wow.
play Dungeons and Dragons is to tell interesting stories. And I wanted the ability to not only be able to interact with you, our audience, because we always talk about how there's another seat at the table for anybody that happens to be watching, but to be able to go where we want to go. To be able to go into, Star Trek or Star Wars. To boldly go where no role player has gone before, which is every single universe that we can think of, every fandom, every story that we've always wanted to be a part of. And I'm looking forward to that, and I'm excited about that. So imagine like the universe just being opened up to us. So that's cool. Anyway, so let's talk, for the very first episode of Fandomonium, I have a fandom that I'm a huge fan of, and it's sort of the paranormal Busters fandom, Ghostbusters sort of universe. So we are creating our very own Ghostbusters franchise, okay? We are actually not going to be set in New York. That one is sort of taken over. We are going to be set in rural Mississippi. Welcome to rural Mississippi, where we are setting up shop. Some of you may have come from a different area and have sort of set up shop there, but we are setting up in rural Mississippi. Let's talk about our characters that we're going to be playing tonight.
Oh, am I going first?
You are going first.
I'm playing Dimitri. Some of you have met before. If not, he's interdimensional shopkeep. He's on treasure hunt, but has been roped in to ghost hunt. I think. There goes mine.
Hi. My name's Holly. This is my first day. I'm a little new. I don't know what to expect much, but I did do a lot of reading. I understand exactly how things work. I'm very involved in the sciences, and I'm probably talking too much. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna stop now. But hi.
We have Dimitri and we have Holly. Who else do we have? You want to go, Tracy?
Sure. Okay, so I have a background in like Ghostbusters, and so I took a couple of characters that I actually played as Ghostbusters into like one. So, hi, I'm Kima Spencer. You can call me Spence. And I am actually what is often known as a spiritual empath, which means I can feel the emotions of the spirits around me. Sometimes I can even communicate with them if they are on the right level. Class 3 specters I've often been a little bit partial to and being able to communicate with. And did you need to know anything else?
No, I think that's
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Kima.
I'm really hoping to have a connection with
We'll see what we can do.
a psychic entity at one point. I mean, I feel like that could be life-changing.
Absolutely. And last but not least.
Hi, I'm Kyle. We went with Kyle.
Pick 3.
I'm not 100% certain how I feel about all this ghost business, but seemed pretty lucrative up in New York. I figure, see if we can make some money out here. My main goal is just to at least break even and keep this franchise afloat.
Okay. We have our cast of characters. Let's talk about what makes this sort of franchise a little bit different. You guys are all Ghostbusters, and you hunt the paranormal. However, things are a little bit different for this particular group. We don't have the access to this sort of technology that we had before. The original Ghostbusters were set up in the fire station, correct? Like the old fire station. So where is this group of ghost hunters, Ghostbusters, where are they holed up for their activities? Where is their headquarters?
The original First Mississippi Bank.
The original First Mississippi Bank. It's too good, I'm not even going to make you roll for it. Yes, you're in the original First Mississippi Bank. Big old like bank vault? Mm-hmm. Is that where the ghosts are? Yes, absolutely. Okay, what vehicle are they driving, Aubrey Faith?
they're probably driving something that can get over a big terrain. So they're probably driving like a 4-wheel drive Jeep, something like that. Something super easy. They could take the roof off and get good accuracy shooting.
So the roof has been taken off.
Well, of course, yes, because they need to be able to see where they're going at all times.
Okay.
Visualization is important.
Visualization is key. So a 4-wheel Jeep, the roof has been blown off this, so you can look in all 360.
Well, it hasn't been blown off. You can take them off. They're detachable. You know, drink regulars, 4x4,
It's basically a metal roll cage.
Yeah, exactly.
Metal roll cage.
Sportsters are actually motorcycles. It would be a sport
Okay.
style.
I'm into this. Tinker, we have our headquarters, we have our vehicle. What's unique about the weaponry used by this collective of Ghostbusters?
The unique thing about the weaponry that we're using is that we're not using any of that unstable stuff.
Okay.
We're using new, stable thorium, is what I've been told. I've
Okay.
been told that this is much more stable, makes a much more concentrated beam,
Okay.
and it supposedly is like 60% less carcinogenic.
That's.
Well, it does have the word stable in its name, so that's automatically
Well, I mean,
comforting.
when I bought it, it was just thorium, but I've heard it's more stable.
Okay. Okay, so we're in the bank, we're in there. So I gotta ask this: what is the?
No dealing with the Libyans for like plutonium or any of that garbage. Just
Okay.
stable, clean burning, I assume it burns, thorium.
What is this group known for? Are they beloved by the community? Have they made an impact here in Mississippi?
Well, they seem to think that we're sort of like fortune tellers or something like that. They keep knocking on our door trying to ask us to read the future and things, and we're trying to explain that we are here to bust ghosts, and we are not psychics, and we are not fortune tellers, and that those are two very, very different things. But it's really hard to explain this to people.
Okay.
They don't understand.
To be fair, it is Mississippi. So.
I will say it is an early morning for all of you, and it has been a long night of each of you taking shifts where you'll be sitting at a table playing cards, and there'll be a knock on the door, and it's a quick. The first one to touch it, like that person goes over and it says, "No, we cannot tell you lottery numbers. Like, no, we cannot tell you where you left your keys. Like, this is not the thing we do." And then this continues on. It's about noon, and then once again we hear that knock on the door. So as everyone sort of gets up and heads to the door, Holly.
Sorry, when I was doing it, so I figured I should too.
Holly nervously is like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, that's me. Okay. She'll walk. Hello.
You actually pull open the door and you start looking around and you don't really see anybody. And you go to close it and then you hear like a small cough coming from a little lower, and you actually like pull your gaze down a little bit and you see like a little boy. He's got to be 5 or 6 years old. But he's wearing like a scary generic sort of ghost mask, like one of those almost like the Scream face. But he's wearing like that over like jeans and a white shirt, so it's not that scary.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Halloween was exactly 216 days ago, so we don't have any candy right now.
He takes the mask off and he goes, how much is it to buy you guys?
Well, I can't speak for the others. They may have a dollar value that they have placed on themselves. I can't tell you. Personally, I'm not up for sale. However, if you would like to use our services,
Reaches behind him and pulls out a jar, and it's just filled with quarters, nickels, dimes. There's some crumpled up dollars in there, and he kind of holds it out to you. And is this enough?
From my calculations of how heavy the jar is, this looks like to be about $36.82. What is it you need?
The boogeyman lives in my closet.
So who's up right now? Who's with me?
No
Are
one.
we- no
You
one?
are by the door.
I think we're all awake, is what she's asking.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
okay.
everybody's
Okay.
awake.
Yeah, it's midnight.
Yeah.
It's her.
Everybody, hello. Sorry, what is your name?
As you ask him for his name, he puts the mask back on and says, Timothy.
Okay, Timothy. Can you come in for a second? Maybe just.
He doesn't cross the threshold.
Okay, then you stay there. I'll be right back. Hey guys, there's a little boy, and he's at the door, and he says the boogeyman lives in his closet. He gave me about $36.82.
Did you explain that we don't do boogeymen?
And we don't do $36.
Then the
I mean-
boogeyman is not real.
Like seriously, just charging the units alone is $6,000.
I mean, I thought we could at least buy pizza with it.
Pizza is
Charging the units is $6,000.
Well, to be fair, we haven't had a legitimate job in at least 4 months.
Charging the
I mean,
units.
Little bits
is
here and there.
They
but,
are already
you know,
charged. It's fine.
I know.
She's gonna set the jar down and just like.
Let me
We
rephrase.
could also get a
Recharging.
2-liter.
Also get a 2.
I feel a little
Something
uncomfortable with going to the house of a small child to investigate the boogeyman. Did you ask him if he had a parent or another adult unit with him?
She'll pick up the jar. Timothy.
As you go back to the door, Timothy is gone. He is no longer there. On the doorstep to the Bank of Mississippi is a piece of paper scribbled in crayon, is a haphazard address, and as you pick up the paper, a bunch of $100 bills fall out.
She's gonna pick them up and put them in her pocket.
I like her.
Hey guys. And she'll pull out one of the $100 bills.
Okay, let's roll to see if you can pull this out without all of the $100 bills falling out of your pocket at the exact same time, because it's too good not to have that happen.
What am I rolling to?
You're just rolling 2, unless you
Okay.
can apply any of your aspects to this.
I feel like she would understand the weight of the money and she would be able to put it in her pocket.
That does not help you pull out money from your pocket. Let's see. Oh, it's not bad. You gotta beat a 10. Nope. So she goes to pull out this $100 bill, and as she does, like there's a, as they almost like all come out of her pocket.
And she's gonna point to the floor. So he left this and this address.
Kyle is gonna go up and just start counting it.
Yeah.
How much is it?
$10,000.
Oh.
Oh.
So we have $10,036.82.
So we have a new
So you get pizza and you get to recharge. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm on board. Let's do this.
Well, I say we go to the address because I don't think a child would have had this much money, and we at least need to find out what's going on.
Are you staring at the ceiling?
He
We
said,
can get that oil change.
Oh, it was like $34. We could have got that just with the coins.
But then no 2 people.
You're not wrong, but I'm trying to put it in perspective for him.
No, I'm talking with the leftover money. We could also get an oil change.
Okay.
And you know that they're using the high mileage stuff at this point.
You're not wrong. I'm sorry. I won't say it again.
All right, why don't we leave the money here in a safe place and then go and investigate, and then
She's gonna pick up the money
Figure
and
out
put
what
it
to do
in the
next.
safe.
all right.
okay, you just walk over,
With the
you
ghost.
open the large
Love it.
safe, and like just walk. There's no tables or anything. I just imagine you stack it in the middle of the floor, and in movies it looks like a lot of money. It's this big, like it's this big.
Yeah.
You just sort of like walk out and you just sort of smile and nod, and then
Please tell me that like you do like the big like it's got like the giant wheel that you spin to lock it.
It's the safest room in place.
yeah, the money is secure for the time being. Are we suiting up?
Yes.
Hold on. Before we go and suit up, maybe we should go talk to the kid, find out if we need to suit up.
Well, okay, we can at
You
least
said it's
listen.
a
We're going to have
boogeyman
more
situation.
legitimacy if we are at least in uniform. I feel like uniform is important.
Yeah.
We don't have to bring out all the equipment from the vehicle, but I feel like we should have it in the vehicle and
You
ready
know what
to go.
I feel like we need is a good montage scene.
Okay, I didn't want to say it, I spilled pizza sauce on my jumpsuit. Haven't had a chance to wash it. Okay?
Well, you're just gonna have to wear a
Can you give me
pizza
like an
jumpsuit,
hour?
aren't you?
Can you give me an hour?
No, you
Wearing
cannot have an
jumpsuit.
hour.
We haven't had job in 4 months.
Okay.
Four
I
months
wiped
ago,
my mouth with my jumpsuit. I didn't want to say it
You
because it was
used your
embarrassing.
jumpsuit as a napkin.
Yes.
Then wear your jumpsuit.
You realize that given the appropriate time, you could have just taken a wet towel to it and it wouldn't have stayed, but that's okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I go to get my jumpsuit on.
The Ghostbusters, you guys all go to get your jumpsuits on. The three of you have are fine. Like your jumpsuits are ready to go. Yours has a tiny red spot on it, and it's a little embarrassing.
It's embarrassing to me because
As he walks into the room, it's kind of embarrassing, and then when he turns his back to you, there's still a piece of pizza stuck, like a full piece of pizza
Oh my God.
stuck to the back of it.
now is it cheese side in?
It's cheese side
Oh.
in, and for some reason he was able to put it on and just does not notice this sort of moldy, gross, like.
No one
that's
saying
vile.
anything.
We're saying about what?
Exactly.
You guys drive to the address. Before you get to the address, you're started going off the GPS and things of that sort. You're having trouble as your phone starts to get a little bit of wonky. It's like you start to lose signal. I would say it's about 4 or 5, but it's one of those like winter nights where it's starting to get. It's that humid, but then it gets real cold all of a sudden. You find a road with like a little mailbox set up at the address, but the house is nowhere in sight. You
So
just see Mississippi. So like just a long road in front.
Who is driving?
Oh, pizza.
Who's
Just
driving?
immediately starts eating it.
Oh, almost
I'll drive.
okay.
Dimitri has no license.
You start driving down this road, and as you do, the trees are doing the thing where they sort of creep in. It's got like the moss hanging. The greenery around this sort of backcountry road gets wilder and wilder as you drive forward, and it's painting this odd sort of picture as you feel yourself leaving civilization and entering in a part of the country that's a little wild and rough, until you get to these 2 metal gates and a small speaker box. There's weird green ivy that seems to be growing all around these gates. Spanning out from the gates is a vibrant red brick sort of wall that sort of creeps out past a direction that you can see, preventing you from seeing over the gate or over the wall.
All right, and then the speaker's right outside the gate.
There's a speaker with a little button next to it.
All right.
It's kind of at a weird angle. It's almost like it's tilted.
Okay, and is it one of those that you pull up the car and then you're supposed to push the speaker?
Yes.
All right, so I'll pull up the car and push the speaker button. Hello? Can you open the gate, please? We're here by appointment.
Did you try smacking it?
I think you need to press and
Sometimes they work
hold
better
and then
than
say something.
I press the button and hold it. Say hello. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
We're here by appointment?
Can you open the gates, please?
I think you're supposed to hold the button and say something.
It's repeating what we said.
Recording.
Let go of the button.
Let go of the button.
As you let go of the button, there is a sort of a hiss and a hydraulic press as these 2 gates start swinging open. And as they swing open, you're expecting to see more of the same, sort of darkened area, neglect, and things of that sort. But what you see is far from it. There is a large colonial, 3-story house in front of you, pristine white. The grounds in front of you are well kept and very meticulously taken care of. There's a rounded driveway that you could drive up right to the front door of this estate. There is a fountain that's right in the middle of this sort of like cul-de-sac as you drive up to the house, but no sign of people or life or anything of that sort, other than the lights on in this 3-story house.
I'm gonna pull up. It's right in front of the front door.
Sure.
Stop the car, put it in park, assuming that. But yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. All right, let's load out.
It's dark. Okay. Can I be in the middle?
It's
as you go to exit the car, a really large black dog, almost like a mastiff or something along those sorts, comes running around the corner and like pushes the door shut, and it's just sort of like barking wildly at the window, preventing you from getting out of the car.
Do you have any of that pizza left?
No.
All of it?
Well, it's just one slice.
I suppose he could throw his jumpsuit.
Sorry, just we didn't mean to interrupt your area. We understand this is your space, and we understand that.
Let's see if you can calm down the dog by speaking correctly to him.
2, 3.
This is 2 for you, unless you can argue. Are you using your shyness as a way to calm down the dog?
I feel like I'm allowing the dog to be the dominant of his area. This is his field. This is.
I will allow it.
Like, I'm trying to show him that we mean no harm.
Your understanding of him. Okay.
10.
Nope. It was close. You go to start speaking quietly to the dog, and you're like, I'm allowing you dominance of this area. And he's like snarling at the mouth, snarling, like, just like a little bit of like white, like spittle coming out.
It's not okay.
Maybe we should get out of Baskervilles, guys.
There is a not even a sharp sound. There is a like
gunshot.
There's a moment where the dog like is going crazy and then stops and then sits down at the ground.
Good boy.
A man wielding gardening tools comes walking around from the side of the house, and he's holding onto one of these like silver whistles in his mouth, and the dog is looking up expectantly at him, but just sitting. And he comes over and pats the dog on the head. Good boy, good boy. May I help you?
We are actually here to help you.
You are here to help me. How?
We've heard you have an entity problem at this location, and we are here to help.
He starts laughing. An entity problem.
Yes, a spiritual entity.
Yeah, we have an entity problem.
Do you by chance know anybody by the name of Timothy?
Perhaps.
He gave us this address and sent us here. He asked us to come here.
He snatches the paper from your hand and sort of looks
I
at
would
it.
just handed it over. It's fine.
And he looks over at the house and looks over at you all and steps backward and sweeps his hand. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I want
Do I need that? Can I have that back, please?
He hands it to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
He backs away from the house, blowing a sharp whistle that you can all hear, and the dog leaves the car and starts following him away as he walks towards this little shack located off to the distance of the property.
All right, I go up to the door and knock.
1, 2, the door swings open.
All right, let's do this.
Is there anybody on the other side of the door?
No.
Am I sensing anything? Any sorts of spiritual
Yeah, I'll make
emotions?
it. Yeah,
or anything?
yeah, I'll make this easy for you. You want to give me a roll?
Sure. Is
Yeah.
it just one
Yeah. Yeah.
or two? Sorry, it would be two, right?
2 for you, 1 for me.
Okay.
Because you're an empath.
Spiritual
there.
empath. Wow, that was
Yeah,
kind of cruddy.
but mine was bad too. Yeah, you're sensing. It's strong enough that you are sensing a malevolent energy in this house. So much so that that the hairs on the back of your arm starts standing up a little bit. You're getting a weird vibe from this place. There's something here. The kid was not lying.
Guys, there is something strange in the neighborhood. I'm sensing a malevolent entity of
The
some
lock
sort of some aggression.
clicks behind all of you as she says, "I'm
Well,
sensing a malevolent energy."
For the record, none of us have gone in yet.
Oh, okay.
Because
Oh,
Dimitri immediately,
it's just
as
me.
soon as no one was on the other side, he would have started passing out packs and like, nope, take, go.
Uh,
No.
so yeah, I will say behind you, because you were the only person that apparently has walked in. The door closes and locks.
Oh crap!
Okay, so we need to do an employee.
No, we go get old employee. You want to complain about money? No.
Yeah, this is clearly a lack of severance issue. Fine, we'll actually go in.
The three of you suit up, get your packs on. Are you bringing her a pack as well?
Oh yeah.
Yes. You go up to the front door, and the front door is very firmly locked.
I am heading back to the door in order to open it and have the rest of the crew come in.
Cool. What are you doing to open this door?
First, I'm going to reach and grab the handle and turn it.
Okay. As you go to reach the handle and grab it and turn it, you place your hand upon the metal of the handle, and it's fine for a few seconds, and then it starts getting cold. Real cold. Like freezing cold
Ouch.
on
Sure,
your
because
hand.
you can chill metal on it.
No.
Ouch. Okay. All right. So then I'm gonna grab because I'm wearing my jumpsuit. So
Right.
you know I'm gonna pull it over my hand and then try opening it with the jumpsuit
Okay.
kind of pulled over my hand.
Give me a roll.
Okay. Just a 2.
Yeah.
2, 2, 2. 6, 9.
Seven.
Nope.
Nope. You twist and turn this thing, and it's just not seeming to turn and budge for you. But you guys can hear her behind the door on the other side trying to twist and sort of pull the door, but it's just not responding.
Is there a window I can open that's on the front side of the house?
Yeah, I would say sure enough, as you sort of walk away into a small, like little living room area, you see a window that sort of overlooks, and you can see all of them outside. As you look outside, give me a couple of D8.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. You're looking outside, and yeah, you do see all of them, and you start seeing shapes coming in from the tree line, walking up towards the car, but they're not paying attention. They're all looking at the front door of the house.
I'm tapping and I'm waiting behind them.
We know we're trying to get in.
I'm turning around.
You're
trying to
turning
get
around?
you.
Turning
Okay.
around.
Yeah, you turn around, and as you turn around, you're actually seeing people, spectral images, as they start like walking forward. They're all wearing Civil War outfits, like all of them, and they're carrying muskets, they're carrying bayonets, they're carrying all sorts of sort of Civil War memorabilia and things of that sort. But some of them are bleeding, but they all look dead.
Oh, that's terrifying. Anybody who's not me want to look at that?
What? What are you?
Oh, turns around.
Oh,
Immediately just starts shooting.
goodness.
You just immediately start shooting. Yeah, like Dimitri goes, yes, I see, and then, like starts shooting. Okay, let's do another roll and see what happens. I don't think I expected you to do that at all.
How many?
Can you apply any sort of your aspect to you?
It's Dimitri.
If that was your characteristic, I appreciate the ballsiness.
No.
Okay.
11.
Yes. So Dimitri actually goes, okay, it is me. And through sheer Dimitri-ness, loads up and starts firing off his proton pack. And he's right, it's controlled burst. Instead of like sort of the unstable sort of beam energy as it was before, you guys really haven't had a lot of field time with this. Based on whatever sort of tinkering and sort of stableness that has been constructed to these weapons, they're less wands with beams and more paintballs. Like concentrated blast of energy that open and cut off the circuit. And you start like And as you do, as each one hits the sort of spectral entity in front of you, there is a scream and a howl as they're sort of pushed backward. For the time being, Dimitri is holding all of these beings at bay, with you still inside, sort of pounding
Am I
on the
able
window.
to open that window?
Yeah, give me a roll to see if you're able to open the window. I'll make it super easy for you too.
Well,
Did you get?
So it's a 5 and 1. So
Okay, I only got a 2. So yeah, you pull, and you're able to just put your hand underneath and sort of shift your elbow up, and that window pops open.
Okay, guys, come in this way. And then, meanwhile, I'm going to be trying to, especially seeing that he was shooting first and asking questions not at all.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to make contact with whatever entity is in this house, because if those were class 4 full torso specters, then there may be another one in here that I could communicate with.
Okay. You open the window. You guys hear her saying, "Come on, guys, come on in, get in." Kima ushers you guys inside, and then does anybody go in, or are you still standing outside, not listening to her?
How big is this window?
This window's big enough to fit you guys in, but it's gonna be a tight squeeze.
Yeah, because the problem is because of the proton packs.
The problem is the proton packs. Who's carrying Kima's proton pack? Dimitri. Okay. So Dimitri is firing away, and he sort of, I imagine, does that.
I'll go. I got this.
Yeah. All right.
I'll try to get through.
Yeah. Give me a roll. We'll make this somewhat easy of a roll, just to see if you can manage to fit your way in. Yeah, you're fine. You managed to kind of shove your way in. Are you going as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can roll 2d8 for me, just to see if you can manage to squeeze your way in. Yeah. Ooh. Yes. It's a little tighter for you. You managed to get just barely in. Maybe this isn't gonna work, but yeah, you managed to get in as well. Dimitri, what are we doing?
We're going after him.
We're going after him. Okay.
Throw the pack
It's gonna be
first.
It's gonna be a little tighter unless you do what he said and sort of throw the pack in after them. So the pack is thrown. Who's catching it?
I'm catching it. It's money.
Yeah. Let's do
And I'm
it.
gonna say that because I am trying to keep this franchise afloat, I have a vested interest in keeping the equipment good.
Good use of the aspect. All right, let's roll it. Yeah, of course. That pack gets thrown in, and he's like, "The baby!" He manages to hold on to this incredible. You've never seen him care for anything with such tenderness and joy as he did this sort of
Money!
But money. But he manages to throw it in. And Dimitri, are you going to stop firing? Okay, so you stop firing. As you do, all of the spectral images outside kneel and point their muskets towards you.
Going in as fast as I can.
Okay, let's roll. This is going to be a little bit of a higher difficulty
Can
here.
I help him by?
How?
Well, I currently have 2 proton packs. I
Okay.
take up a defensive position in the window and lay down suppressing fire.
Okay, so here's the deal. He starts firing the 2 and giving you a small window in the center where you can jump through the window and through his legs. Past these 2 things that are firing out the window. Okay?
All right.
So you may roll 3 here. That's a good roll. Okay. So we have a 17. No, it's not going to do it. Yeah, you, for some sheer, you don't know if the luck is on your side or the fates are with you, but as he's firing out the window, these sort of balls coming through, you do this sort of twisty move, and as you sort of twist through, you do one of these as you fall through the window and sort of slide on your back as the window sort of slams shut, and you guys hear but don't feel these musket balls sort of pelting against the house. But you guys are inside the house. Kima, you are trying to make contact with whatever sort of entity is here in the house, correct?
Yes.
Okay. This is within your realm. I will say you can use your aspect here.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. Let's roll off
Is
here
it a
to
3
see if you're
for me?
able. It's a 3 for you. It's only a 2 for me. As the house tries to resist you.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, it's your. You feel the house pushing back, or whatever you think is part of the house that you're trying to connect with push back. But through sheer force of will, Kima, you are able to sort of project your consciousness to touch basis with it. And as you do, you move past these sort of mental barriers that you're used to with some of these stronger aberrations. And as you push through, you finally make contact with it, and you see the imagery of a man connected to machinery. It's a older man, late 90s, connected to medical equipment that some of it looks somewhat modern, the rest of it looks weird, like almost hodgepodge put together. And you breathe with him, and it's a. You guys look over at Kima, and it's not weird to you to see her eyes go completely like pitch black like this and start like. Because you know she takes on aspects of whatever she's getting in contact with, but then a shape comes into the room that you're in and runs over to the machinery and starts unplugging stuff.
So am I in tune with both of the shapes that I'm seeing?
You're in tune with the imagery of this man in a bed, and then this fear or this feeling of panic as a shape runs into the room and starts unhooking machinery.
Is this the same aggressive feeling that I was getting when I first came into the house?
Yes.
So the older man is feeling aggressive?
Yes.
Okay. And can I tell if he's feeling aggressive towards me or if he's feeling aggressive towards the figure that is coming?
He's feeling aggressive towards the figure that's coming in, that has just entered the room. Kima's breath starts getting wild. Like it starts getting.
I'm here to help you. Can you see me? Can you understand me? Can you hear me?
The old man sort of like manages to shake his head over as you see the machinery start like stopping and failing. As he turns and looks at you, there's a. And he looks over at you and he points towards a corner of the room.
I go over to the corner of the room.
As you go over to the corner of the room, you just see a pulsing red light. It is a pulsing red light.
Is it a button?
It is not a button. It is a
light.
presence. Are you going to get closer to it?
I am. Can you guys see the light over here? There is a pulsing red light. Can you see it?
Kima, your contract forbids you from approaching pulsing red lights.
I am just asking a question here. Can you see the pulsing red light?
No.
I keep walking towards the pulsing red light.
Kima.
Roll off.
Is it 3 or 2?
Just discretion of the contract. You say forbids you from walking near pulsing red lights. However, I believe she's only seeing a pulsing red light. Therefore, contract does not stand because there is no actual red light.
So here's the deal here. You're already in a trance. Are you gonna?
A lot of dice in your hand
I have
right now.
4. Are you going to push and try to use your like psychic abilities and push through this? Or are you just doing this like you've already established contact? Are you going deeper into it?
Can I help her?
How?
I would have seen how she's been for a while. We've been working together for a while.
Okay.
What I would pick up on is her breathing, and I would like to assist her by touching her and having my hand in contact, steadying my breathing so that she picks up on my steadiness as she walks.
Okay, so you, Holly comes over and you feel her sort of like trying to center you and get you back into position here.
Okay.
You have another dice to add to this. Okay.
So I was at 2, now I'm at 3, or
Now
I was at 3, now
you were
I'm
at
4?
2, now you're at 3. If you want to push deeper with your psychic abilities, you're gonna use the coin.
We use the coin.
Damn it.
That means I get 5, right?
No, it means you automatically
I
succeed.
automatically succeed.
Give me that. All right. You dictate to me what happens.
Oh, what happens with the red light?
I can tell you what I think happened, but how does Kima push past the defense?
Okay, I push towards the red light, and at some point I'm stopped, and I focus on the man, and I keep reassuring him that I'm there to help. I'm there to help, and so I'm pulling off of the energy of the room, including the specters, in order to go towards this light, which is a part of this spectral energy.
Okay, so Kima, here's what happens. You feel the house pushing back majorly, and that same sort of fear and aggression that you felt before that was keeping you out, you localize it to the man, and you guys watch as she like you being there has stabilized her for a second. She's still breathing raspy and deep. You two, because you're paying attention to her, you two notice that the walls are breathing with her. Okay, like they're moving and breathing with her. As she gets closer to the light pushes back against her, and all of a sudden Kima just reaches into the core of her existence and flips it off. Like turns it and turns off whatever sort of blocking thing was there. As she does, there is a child standing there, but it's a little girl with like bright red hair, and she's wearing a yellow sundress, and she looks over at you and she goes, "Who are you?"
Hi, I'm here to help. My name is Kima.
Can we see this or just her?
You hear her speaking those words, but you can't see any sort of manifestation of the realm.
So we only hear Kima.
You hear Kima going, "Hi, my name is Kima. Who are you?" She goes, "My name's Elizabeth. Are you it?
It what?
Are you it?"
I'm the it that's here to help.
"Oh. Okay. I guess that means I'm still it."
What do you mean by it? Is this a game?
Alright. Do you want like to the count of 20?
Yes.
Okay. Ready or not, here I come. The walls fade away, you're back in the space, and the room you're in starts bleeding.
It's not normally even painful.
Apparently someone else is it, and we've got 20 seconds. I don't know what that means.
What did you just agree to then?
Apparently, I'm not it, so she is. I
As
don't
in,
know what's
like,
happening.
Came put on your proton pack.
Oh, yeah.
14, 13,
Last time I saw walls like
Should we
this.
go into a different room?
11.
That's not
Yeah, let's go into a different
Let's go to
room.
the room.
Okay,
9,
we
We
go
run
to
into
the
the next room.
next room.
7. You're at the base of a large set of stairs. It's sort of this like sweeping sort of like set of stairs that goes up. 4, 3, 2,
Up the stairs.
Up the stairs.
1. All the lights in the house go out.
Oh, crap.
Flashlights.
Good thing. Do we have flashlights?
Dimitri always has all the things you need whenever you need it.
Dimitri, how many flashlights do you have?
A bunch.
Oh.
Dramatically 3.
You have my time. That's a tie, friend.
It is a tie. How do we handle ties in this game?
It's laser.
A roll
Like
off?
giving it to Dimitri. Like,
A roll off. 1 dice.
well, they can't see that.
All right, one more.
Well, may I suggest a mechanic?
Sure.
So in Lasers and Feelings, when you tie, the person the player gets to ask one question about the situation that the GM has to answer truthfully. Obviously, it can't be like, how do I win this situation? But then once that question is answered, you then re-roll.
I like the fact that we both get our way here.
Okay.
So, on a tie, you have 4 flashlights. Okay?
Okay.
However, you've got batteries for 2 flashlights.
Give one to Kima and give one to Holly.
Okay.
Probably for the best.
The last time I saw walls bleed like that, there was very nice house in Barovia.
Yeah, and what happened afterwards?
Where's that?
What are we looking at with the
Was
flashlights?
it a nice house when the walls were done bleeding?
Yeah, actually. Although man who owned house was an asshole.
What are we doing with the flashlights? What are we looking at?
She's kind of like rampant, like, where's everything? Like, I
Cool.
want to
You
know where I'm
point it
at.
towards Dimitri, and as you do, he's shorter.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
His facial hair is gone, and he's got like a baby face.
Dimitri?
Where are you? No.
So,
Okay.
oh, yeah, that's you.
I shined the flashlight
As-
on her.
She's littles. You guys are all about the same age, 7, 8 years old.
Oh no. Did our jumpsuits shrink with us?
They did.
Okay. No, but it's our proton packs too.
I checked my proton pack. Is it still real?
It's still real
Okay, so it doesn't feel like it's made of plastic.
for the time being.
Oh,
gosh.
That may be the most foreboding thing I've heard you say all night.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Kimo, what did you do?
What did I do? I'm not it. Apparently this is a game, and it's not a very fun one either.
What happens if we say we're it?
It in what way, Kimo? It like in tag?
Well, yeah, that's what it sounded like to me, but I mean, I didn't get to have a very lengthy conversation.
Oh god, what if it's it like hide and seek? What was
Somebody
that?
just ran past us?
Something just ran on the top, like up the stairs, like the stairs leading up to that little landing. Something just ran. You heard footsteps running across.
A flashlight as it goes.
Sure. Let's see if you get it.
Oh goodness. How many? 2? 9.
Yeah, you catch a little girl in a sundress. You catch her just briefly as she sort of runs across.
Little
What'd you
girl in a
see?
sundress.
That's the one I saw. She's it.
What's her name? What'd she say?
Did she tell me?
Mhm.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Crap!
So it definitely was not Timothy.
No, it was not Timothy.
I remember. I didn't hear it. The character.
You did.
Yeah, I would
did
say
hear
it out
her?
loud.
She was-
Yeah, I
she
said
was-
it out
Oh,
loud.
okay.
Yeah.
And then I probably forgot what I
You
said.
mean Elizabeth?
Elizabeth! Yes, that was it.
Timothy and Elizabeth?
Can you track it with a flashlight if you see it again?
What am I supposed to be quiet? Who said that?
I don't know. On my proton pack?
Mine didn't turn off.
Elizabeth, can you come talk to us? Can you just explain to us what's going on, Elizabeth? We're not here to hurt you. We just want to figure out what's going on so we can help. Nothing?
Are there, I feel like if we're not it, that staying in the same spot is gonna make the game easier for the other one. Elizabeth, that's her name.
Do you move from the spot?
Guys, are we moving from the spot?
Yeah.
Okay, I go with
Dimitri.
Dimitri.
Dimitri takes a step forward to move away from the spot. I imagine with that. Yes, we're moving. He goes to lift his foot from the floor, but it does not move.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I do a test move, like just kind of shift.
No, it's like sticky. It's like
Oh,
you stepped in something.
God, this isn't tag, this is hide and seek, and we are out in the open.
Are we all stuck? I try to move.
Yes, you are
Is
stuck.
it like an ectoplasm slime?
Give me an investigation. As you start looking, you're like, ooh, interesting. Like you bring the light over, and you're like, everybody's terrified they're going to die, and you're like, 2 seconds. Oh, like yeah.
So
What do you got?
So is it 2?
Yep.
2?
Unless you can invoke your aspect and roll one more because of the nerdy.
Well, yeah, I mean, here's the thing is I've been studying this for my job that I've
Yeah,
been
dice
doing.
don't talk. So say I'm gonna do that aspect. I like that.
I'm going to do that aspect.
Okay, yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12?
12. Yep. 12
Cool.
through it. Yeah, this is like as you start looking down, you lift your boot up a little bit, and it's sort of, it's almost like vibrating at a frequency, and you don't know what it is, but it's almost like a purpley red goo.
Oh my god, guys, I forgot to tell you. So obviously I read the manuals for these things, and the old packs were really like not great. So the reason these packs are so great is I'm the one who fixed them. I'm the one who I used a little bit of science and I upgraded them and made them better. So one of the things I forgot to tell you is that I actually gave it this ability to suck up the ectoplasm like a vacuum.
Okay. I
I
will
mean, it
say
takes in ghosts, why not ectoplasm?
I will allow this retcon. However, it has never been tested before. I want to see if this goes off without a hitch.
Is that a coin thing, or is that just a...
No, this is roll the dice. Let's see if this goes according to plan.
How many?
I'm rolling 4. You can roll 3.
I'll take 3, okay.
I would
my
like
own.
to help her.
Yeah. How did Dimitri help her with the sucking feature?
With the well,
Let me tell you a story.
well, knowing who Dimitri is and how often he comes across new technology and how quickly he adapts, I feel like he should be able to just be kind of like, no, if you just move your hand here, hold here, and point there, should probably work.
Dimitri was with you every step of the way.
Oh, yeah.
So when it came to this, so when you were like, I don't think it's working, he like goes over and presses the on button, and he's like, oh, you almost have it. Like, yeah, like, okay, so I will allow you to roll
And
4
I
here.
think I can actually help her with this because you see, she actually came to me with this idea
Okay.
before we even started the franchise,
Okay.
and that was actually the thing that kickstarted this. So I actually funded this.
I will allow you to use a coin here, but I'm only allowing 1 assist. So if you want to use your coin, I will say you went behind her back and made sure that this works.
No, I wouldn't have gone behind
All
her.
right. Roll it off.
I trust you.
Oh, that's high.
11,
Okay.
16, 17, 18, 19.
19. Roll off.
Oh no! Just one?
4d8, and we both got a 19. Yeah, just roll off 1.
Okay.
You rolled 48?
I rolled 4.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
3.
You turn it on.
Is this the thing where one of us wins?
Yeah, you know what? I will say this. Yeah, we both get our way here. So you turn it on, and some of the ectoplasm starts reacting in the room, and it starts moving, and all of a sudden, like, you feel the ectoplasm of the room start like getting sucked into the small containment pack that you have on it, and you're like, I think it's working, and it's totally working. Like, you guys can all start moving your feet again. You go to flip it off, and it doesn't turn off, and chunks of the floor start getting like sucked into the pack, and then all of a sudden, like, you guys can move, but there are now large circles appearing in the floor that was made up entirely of ectoplasm appearing in this room.
We should leave the room.
Yeah.
Stairs leading up to the second floor. When you think there's another door that seems to swing off to the side, the front door leading out of the house, the room back to where you came from.
Oh, I
Door
don't
off
like
to the side. Stay on the first floor for now.
Off to the side.
No, well, we're partway up the stairs, right?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So we're basically on the
Yeah.
second
So
floor.
you can keep going up to the second floor. Like, it's almost like a little
Yeah.
landing. Stairs, landing, stairs up.
Okay.
I will say there's a lot fewer escape routes on the second floor.
Right. I say we go in the room or we go down.
I'm thinking first floor.
Okay.
If you want to go down, we will.
You said there's another. Yeah. That seems
Just
like
putting
the-
this out there, should you guys think at any time we need to find a closet?
Why?
Well,
Closet.
he said there was a boogeyman in his closet.
I'm thinking the house is the boogeyman at this point.
Oh, well,
Like,
that information would have
The
been useful.
boogeyman may be the closet.
I'm just saying.
So what happens? What are you guys doing here?
Or if we want to get to the bottom of this, we just go in that room right over there and see if we can get some more information on what's going on here.
I'm just following you guys at this point.
I'm worried
It's
about being
like-
found, so I vote first floor. First floor.
Sick.
Second.
We can
I
split the
say
party.
second. Let's investigate.
You guys go down, we go up.
We got this.
Yeah, no way that can go poorly.
Not at
The two of you start running up. Do you follow them or do you follow him? 3,
I would
2,
go with them.
1. Okay, you go. You're going down to the first floor, and you
No,
sort of
it's-
run to the kitchen, and then you're like, "Hey guys, I got." Oh shit! And you cycle back around, and you follow them up the stairs. As you follow them up the stairs, the floor seems to sort of disintegrate, and after a while, you hit the pack a few times, and it stops, sucking up all of that. So you now have a proton pack with a good amount of ectoplasm stored inside of it. It's something to be aware of. If this was a character sheet, I would have you mark a little asterisk next to this proton pack. Okay? All right,
that means it's plot important.
we're on the second floor. Before you is a long sort of hallway with doors that sort of lead off to the side. I will say it's 1, 2, 3, and then one door at the end of this long hallway.
I say we do this really efficiently. We peek in each door and just get an assessment of the entire hallway and what is around here before we decide where to venture further.
Probably good.
Efficiency is key in these trying times, yes.
But you have flashlights, so lead the way.
Okay.
You get to the first door and give the handle a little turn. As you do, it is a weird room. Imagine an office that is completely circular with one lone red leatherback chair in the middle of this room, but lining the entire room are bookshelves. And as you open the door and sort of look, you look over around the side, and the door itself is also a bookshelf. So that if you close the door behind you, like the whole room would just be lined with bookshelves.
Bookshelf office, cool red chair in the middle. Next.
Cool. You go to the next door on the side. It is a very large bathroom. There is a claw tub. The tub is filled with water, and there is a toilet. There's a sink, and there's a little bit of water on the floor.
Anyone gotta use the bathroom?
Nope.
Okay.
I want to touch the
Just
water to
checking.
see if it's warm.
Nope.
Cool, moving on.
Okay, you close that door as well. There's one more door off on the side. It is a boy's bedroom. You see sort of generic, sort of like little ships, and you see what looks to be like a space shuttle that's sort of like hanging on a little string from the ceiling. But generic kids' boys' bedroom.
We wouldn't happen to see a little ghost mask, would we?
You gonna walk in the room and look?
Let's look at the last room first.
Okay, we'll
And
come
we
back
know
to
what
the
all the
room.
rooms are.
Is that it? Or there's another room?
There's one more room at the very end of the hallway.
Let's go figure out what that last room is and then formulate a plan.
Perfect. You start walking down this hallway. As you start walking down the hallway towards the door, the weird wallpaper alongside the wall is one of those it almost looks like not eyes, but like peacock feathers. Have you ever seen these?
Paisley?
Sort of like the walls where it's sort of this like gauche wallpaper, and it's almost like the longer you walk down the hallway, like the more it feels like you're going on forever. And because
Yeah.
is the door getting further away, or were you really farther back than before? And that's when you turn back and look, and the hallway does look like you've been walking a long time. As you turn back to look at the door is way further away than you thought it was.
You know, I don't think that room's important.
This is feeling like a bit of a scientific impossibility. Perhaps we should go ahead and investigate one of those other 3 rooms.
Cool. You turn back and start running back, but for some reason, you can't seem to walk past this little hallway. It's like the wallpaper goes on forever and ever and ever, and like that door, the doors leading back this way, like you're walking, you just can't seem to get to it.
It's almost like house is bigger on inside.
Parts.
I'm gonna try something, guys.
What are you trying?
I turn around and try to walk backwards down the hallway.
Give me a roll here as you. He's like, guys, I got this. You're also not carrying the flashlights. You just
I am
are
not,
walking
yep.
backwards down this hallway.
It's a 9.
No. He starts walking backwards, and all of a sudden there's a thunk, and he bumps into the door at the
Hey!
very end of the hallway.
Does he look close or far from us?
He looks pretty far.
Well, that was surprising.
I'm equally
Me
surprised.
too.
So are we all walking
Open the
back?
door and let us know what is there.
Yeah.
No
Ah.
Do you
way.
need
Open
a
the door.
flashlight?
Yeah, you should have. In fact, you probably use 2. Why don't you
Fine,
bring
I'll
both
walk
of them?
backwards down the hallway.
All right, walk backwards down the hallway.
That seems counterintuitive.
I feel that's a 2. I don't really have expertise at walking backwards. That was a 5.
You walk, and it takes you a little bit longer than it took him, just because I'm stubborn and obstinate. And but after a while, you just kind of bump into him, and you guys are by the door.
Hey, who
Hey.
knew?
Hey, it works.
Are we doing
Wow.
I hate you guys.
I feel like you can shoot wallpaper and you're just done.
Okay, I open the door and I peek inside with the flashlight.
Perfect. Yes, and awesome. You guys see as the two of them are just like down the hall, and they're just like, "Don't worry, we got this." And she like opens the door to this bedroom. As she opens,
Kyle in slow motion is like, no.
as she opens the door to the bedroom, darkness erupts from that door and just sort of like, almost looks like it overtakes the wall. Like it's like a fog. Your flashlight will only reach so far in this. Luckily, the flashlights are split. As this sort of dark fog and like sort of creeps out of this room and sort of fills the hallway in front of you, the two of you are in a hospital room.
Can you guys still see us?
No.
Can you hear us?
They cannot hear you.
Never mind that.
But Dimitri occasionally will yell the word no in case you get separated.
Okay.
You
No,
are-
we don't see the door that we just peeked in or anything.
The two
anymore.
of you
We're
don't
just
see the
inside.
door.
It's like we got transported.
It's like you got transported to another place. You actually see doctors and nurses walking around. You're in what appears to be like a pediatric ward, as these beds are filled with children, and doctors and nurses sort of walking around.
Do I see anyone in a yellow dress that looks like Elizabeth, or anyone that looks like?
Give me a search.
Oh, I didn't see the little boy.
Give me a search.
Okay. I am also using my empath skill because I did communicate with her for someone that feels kind of like she does the same sort of energy.
I will. Yeah, I would let you do that. You can
Okay.
use 3 for this one. You see her sort of walk forward and outstretch her hand a little bit.
I take a step towards her just so she doesn't get farther away.
Okay, yeah. You say you feel him say closely. I'm doing this for you. This is
Yeah.
for you.
I'm protecting you, yes.
Thanks.
That's what's happening.
That's a 10.
Your paycheck is 10% cut this
You,
week.
you start extending, and it's weird. You extend your hand outward, and you're not feeling anything. And then you like pass it close to a bed, and you're not really feeling anything. And then you move your hand down, and you sense her presence underneath a bed that has somebody lying in it.
I peek underneath the bed.
There is a little girl with a yellow dress, sort of staring daggers at you from underneath the bed.
Does she look the same age as the one that I spoke to?
She looks identical to the one you spoke to.
And I say, "Hi, Elizabeth. I told you I was here to
Can
help."
I see who she's talking to?
You see her lay down on the ground and start talking to somebody under a bed. Do you join her?
I'll like crouch and like I'm not like lying down on the floor, but I'll crouch and look under.
You see a little girl who's just sort of staring straight ahead and staring at her.
Why are you hiding?
Because that's the game.
Oh, are you it?
No.
You don't hide when you're it.
Who's it? The one up there?
I just kind of stand up and look around. Is she I look in the air in the direction.
There's a little boy in the bed. He's hooked up to a bunch of like different tubes and machinery and stuff like that. Like,
Does it look like organic or mechanical?
looks mechanical.
Does it look like the same hookup that I saw the old man
Yeah.
with?
Yeah.
Except, okay. He's not going anywhere. You should just come out.
That's really sad in a way.
There is a scream from her as you say that. You're like, he's not coming out. Like, you need to just like stop playing.
Oh my god.
And there is she puts both of her hands up and sort of pushes outward like this. As she pushes outward like this, you feel that same force in your mind start to like shove you back a little bit. Almost like I'm kicking you out of this. You don't get to see this anymore, sort of thing. So I need you to roll 2 dice. If you want to employ your psychic abilities, you can do that.
Yeah, I'm well because I had practice at this with the light.
Yes.
So I'm going to do the same channel, the same sort of thing I did with the red light.
Okay.
Am I equally subjected to this or just her?
Just
That's a good roll.
her.
Because she said terrible things.
3, 17.
18.
So there is a push backwards, and that was 4d8.
That was I rolled 2 8s and a 2.
That's a damn good roll. There is a push backwards, and you feel it. You feel her trying to shove you out of this. And as she does, you get another scene as she channels the deep rage within her. You see her playing this game of hide and seek with this boy. You see her, it gets really cold outside. You see him running off to like the little lake that's not too far away from the house, and you see the ice breaking, and you see her running over and like trying to beat the ice open, and it's just not. And then pretty soon, like you see two adult figures that faces are somewhat nebulous and sort of dreamy, like picking him up and running him away, and she's just sort of like staring after him, saying, "You're it." And there's this scream, this guttural scream as that scene ends, and you are in a little girl's bedroom. The door outside of this room.
So that was basically the worst thing you could have said to that kid.
We just need to let them play.
I don't know if they can anymore is the issue. That seems to be the issue, is that
You can see the end of the hallway, and this door is open a crack.
Can we see that stuff, or is
You
it?
can see them standing in like a little girl's bedroom.
Are you dead?
Oh,
not yet.
we're not dead.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
So wait, can we get to where they are? Can we get to them?
You start taking some steps out, and the hallway is not extending. Like you're able to
Okay.
walk towards them.
So we go up to them. Okay, so the little girl that I talked to, Elizabeth, she was playing a game, tag maybe, hide and seek with the little boy. But I saw him downstairs. He was old. He was very, very old, and she was there, and she was there in the hospital, and he was there in the hospital, and she wanted to play with him, but he couldn't play.
what kind of machinery? What was he hooked up to?
He fell through the ice, and he was hooked up to all sorts of machines to help him.
Describe them.
Yeah, she starts describing off
As much
different
as I can.
machines and things of that sort.
Now,
Like,
now describe the ones when he was older.
It looked the same. The machines looked the same, but there were also newer machines along with the older machines. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
give me 2d8 as you try to piece together some of the mysteries surrounding this sort of situation here.
3 and a 6, 9.
Me too.
Yeah, I'll allow you 2d8 to sort of try to piece together.
'Cause I
I'll
think
allow
I-
everybody here 2d8 to see if you can beat my score here.
4.
That's it.
Aubrey, fake the notes.
Edward thinks he has an understanding of it, so. I'm sorry. What's that?
Oh, that's a good roll.
That's
oh,
a
wait.
9.
Oh, that's a 1. I thought that was a 7.
A 9.
9.
No. That's an 8. No, it's a 10.
7,
10.
3, 10.
10.
That's not a one, I
Okay, it is Dimitri who realizes that you have only seen one sort of other older gentleman close to this house, but not in the house.
People outside.
The person outside.
So we should go interrogate him.
Oh,
Politely.
jeez.
Well, yeah, interrogate is a very strong word.
We're not actually going to interrogate properly. We're going to ask a question.
Well, yeah, let's go ask questions.
You get to the front door of the house and you pull back the little curtain and see the north and the south, who are at a bit of a ceasefire, who are still set up outside of the house. But across the field of battle, you see the shack that's set up on the corner of this property.
The what?
The shack.
The shack.
The shack where he was located.
Let's make a run for the shack.
How about we whistle and try to get Dog to come, because he followed Dog.
Oh, well, that's a good idea too.
How do we just whistle?
I'm gonna crack the window, just like a smidge.
Cool. Let's see if they can pop a shot off. Is this one like stick your head up and whistle and then come back down?
Yeah.
I really don't want Dimitri to take a round bore to the eye.
Me neither. It's a 5.
Dimitri sticks his head up. He's like, guys, I got this. Boom! Like side to the face. And the ball, I think it's painful. It knocks you back. It rattles your teeth a little bit, but it doesn't break the skin. But you take it. You are disoriented. You are dazed and a little bit confused.
I'm sorry. I made them really good. I'm sorry.
I just imagine Dimitri like, no, it's fine. They couldn't hit an elephant in this. Oh!
Okay, bad idea.
But window is open.
I assume that I fell.
Yes.
Anybody good at whistling?
Well, I could try to find the right trajectory. So I could try to get my lips to do the right way. Hold on, just let me calculate the way that the lips should.
Are we using your science to figure out how to whistle on the fly?
Excuse me, anatomy is a science.
I am all about this. Yes, and I will represent the universe being like, fuck you. And you can roll 3d8
don't you?
to see. You know how to whistle, don't
Just
you?
put your lips together and blow.
That's 19.
Oh.
Damn if she doesn't take a few seconds and just go. I think it's just a matter of the. It is the loudest whistle. It is like a drunk man at a baseball game and trying to get beer over to his section of the stadium. Like it is one of the loudest whispers ever. And sure enough, there's a. And the dog jumps through the window,
Oh,
like
God.
just like, and starts like looking around. No, the window was open, thankfully, because Dimitri opened it.
Is it nice? Are you nice, dog? Now we whistled and we did the.
Yeah, the dog's just sort of looking around.
Hello, pup. Sit. Please. I'm waiting on the guy to get here. I didn't know we were gonna do
Dimitri's
it.
just gonna reach out and go,
Does there appear to
good
be a
dog.
kitchen nearby? Does this house?
There was on the first floor.
Oh, that's right. We're on the second floor.
No,
we're
you're on the
on
first floor.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
we almost went into it.
Can
Then
I
we
run
went
into the
upstairs.
kitchen, look in the refrigerator for a snack for the dog?
Yeah, you run over to the refrigerator, and as you open it up, there's like a
Yawning hell portal.
yawning hell portal, hell dimension, and you
Oh.
sort of like close it real quick,
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
and then open it back up again, and sure enough, it's filled with cold cuts and
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay.
I had to. How could I not?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I heard
There's a
something
bag of
about
Stay
Zool.
Puft marshmallows.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of fried eggs.
No.
There's a gatekeeper. a
Yeah, you
master.
grab some food and stuff like that, and you.
Gozerian salt?
This is lame. So you managed to go over there. And,
Okay,
and
I'm
find-
gonna get some snacks for the puppy dog.
Puppy dog chows down, and sure enough, after a while, you see the man sort of begrudgingly walk through the field through the apparitions that are there, who pay him no sort of mind whatsoever, as he just sort of begrudgingly walks over to the house, like opens the front door of the house, and he's like, "Come on, come here."
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
We wanted to ask some things about what happened in this house.
Who wants to know?
Well, I do. And I've met Elizabeth.
I think his eyes go wide, and he says, "You're not allowed to speak that name."
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
And the dog like whines a little bit. He's like, "Come here, Lizzie."
Were you the little boy? The one who fell through the ice?
He starts looking at you super confused.
Who were you?
His name's Timothy.
Yeah?
Timothy?
How'd you know that?
Well, I saw you falling through the ice, and I saw you in a hospital bed, and I saw Elizabeth, and she was trying to play a game with you, and
The lights in the house all go
Out?
out.
out.
How can we help?
Why did the lights all go out?
I don't know.
She's still playing the game.
Ready or not, here I come.
Elizabeth is playing a game and she's trying to find you because you were it.
Timothy takes off. He goes over to the front door of the house. He's trying to
No,
he's trying to
Timothy,
open
stay
the
here.
door. He's
No,
trying
wait,
to open the door. It's not
please.
really working. He starts looking around, scared and like confused and like frightened. He's like, well, why would you do this?
Do what?
I didn't fall through the ice.
What?
What happened?
She pushed me. And you hear this soft laughter sort of like move through the whole house.
I reach over and I flick on her proton pack.
As you do, Elizabeth comes walking down the stairs.
Just immediately firing.
Her hair up like a screen, bright red eyes, and Timothy backs up against the wall with Lizzie the dog sort of like in front of him. You open fire, you open fire, you open fire. Okay, let's do this. Give me a roll to see if you can detain her here, okay?
16.
Are you using any of your aspects here or anything like that?
Oh, you know, I should have rolled 2, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. 15.
You start like spraying the wall, like, and the paintballs of energy sort of flying up, and some of them hit and make impact with her. But there's something dark, and this evil sort of red light starts sort of like filling the space around her, a red light that you are very familiar with. And she starts, she like comes over and she like twists her hand, and as she does, the doorknob on the door, the front door, gets sucked in, and like the windows start like getting bricked over in the house. And she's like, Timothy, now we can play forever and ever. I just needed you in the house. And you promised you'd never come back. But now you're back, and we can play forever.
I'm going towards her with the proton pack.
Okay.
I'm like beeline straight towards
Anybody
her.
helping her? Are you taking shots as well?
I would be taking shots, but I would like to try to get the button to stick at a certain angle where it's not only shooting the regular blast, but it's also shooting some of the plasma that I've stored in there. Because I did create these things, so I would be able to maneuver it ever so slightly.
Okay,
So you're trying to get the light switch like
Yes.
stuck in
it
the
is
middle?
a hard difficulty here. I'm giving you the heads up right now.
I understand that, but
okay.
I can't win them if I don't try.
You can't win them if you don't try.
What am
That's
I
true.
rolling?
You're rolling 3d8. I'm rolling 4d8. Unless you want to use something else. High risk, high reward here. If this goes well, it goes really well. Damn. Okay. How does it work?
Okay, so the thing about these is that they have a back and forth switch like this.
Okay.
Mechanically speaking, you can lodge it so that it's directly in the middle.
Okay.
So when you do that, it reverses the suction, but it will also allow the blast to come out at the same time. So I'm using the trajectory of my machine to point it directly at her most vulnerable spot, which would probably be her chest, considering she's a ghost. They hold their energy in the center of where it's localized. So I would like to make sure that I hit her directly there with both the shooting and the plasma.
Okay.
Yes.
The plasma hits, and as it does, it sort of like sticks her to the ground, and she stops moving forward a little bit as this sort of ectoplasm sort of like starts expanding on her chest a little bit, hardening into a bit of like a cocoon. As it's almost like the wound opens and you fill it with some of this ectoplasm. And another wound opens and it's filled with ectoplasm, and it looks like it's hardening around her. For the time being, she's sort of frozen to the ground, but still trying to push her way forward. But for the time being, she is frozen in place if you guys want to do anything, or you just want to keep shooting.
I'm moving towards her.
Okay.
And I am, okay, rather than trying to feel the energy that she's feeling, I'm trying something different. I'm trying to influence her.
You're trying to alter.
I'm trying to reverse what I'm taking in. I'm trying to push out instead.
You're
I'm trying to push out.
maintaining concentration on fire on her. So I would say roll 3d8 here, unless anybody can. These two can think of some way to help you out here.
And you're trying to
She's doing a weird
calm
mental
her,
mind
to
stuff.
calm her so that she's not quite so aggressive, so that we can basically get her under control.
I'd say I'm not firing, but that is only because I'm readying the trap.
Okay, trap is ready to go.
That's 8, 5, 13.
You get close. You get real close, and you start trying to, like, instead of amplifying what she's feeling, you start trying to negate it. It's like instead of creating fire, you're trying to put it out. and as you do feel her start to calm down a little bit, and she's starting to come down a little bit, and then she looks over at him and she sees him reach for something at his side, and there's a click, and the light on the trap sort of lights up, saying that it's armed and ready to go, and she looks over at you, and that fire comes back into her eyes. It's wild, it's sudden. She starts ripping off parts of her in order to get this hardened carapace off. Like she's reaching into the core of what's making her up and starts like ripping chunks of it off of her to get this stuff off and starting to gain her mobility back.
I'm close to her. I'm gonna fire as
I
much.
mean, I didn't stop. So.
Yeah.
All right, you three give me. I will let you do. On rare occasions, I will let us do a collective roll right now. I'm gonna roll 5. I will let you roll 2 since you're firing. I will let you roll 3 because you're trying to psychically calm her down. I will let you roll 3. I would say it's because you've got your special gun, okay? So 3,
Special
2,
gun.
3, okay? You got to beat my 5, but the odds are in your favor, okay?
Okay.
8. That's 8, 16, 17, 18. 18 plus 10 and 28. 34.
Yeah, there's no way. You hear and see as like the 3 just have her held in place and start lifting her in the air towards where you are. Are you firing it off?
I'm
Sliding the trap?
I'm sliding the trap.
You slide the trap forward. As the trap like sort of slides forward, you
Hit the pedal.
kick the pedal. Is there anything different about this trap as compared to other traps of the past?
It's blue light, not green light.
Blue light, not green light. And you're like, now with blue light, you kick the trap, and she gets sucked into this trap.
Is that Thor?
As she does, she is closest to you, I think, even though there's a bit of a rope to that trap. There's a bit of a cord to
Oh
that
yeah,
trap.
but still.
She still reaches out towards you a little bit to see if she can drag you with her, or drag you towards the trap as it goes off, and makes a grab for you. Give me just 2d8, unless your sense of preservation is a part of Kyle's.
Nope.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, if anything, the franchise might run better without me. I don't know.
Maybe that's multi-pizza.
That is, is that a 5 or a 6
5.
on the green?
It's important.
Oh, you rolled the yellow and the
Yeah.
Yeah,
white.
you got those.
Yeah, so I'm
12. It's a 12 altogether.
yeah, 12.
Yeah, it's a 5 for me. So she tries to grab you and sort of rip you towards the trap, but you manage to shrug it off. You're like, I haven't been paid yet. And like as you go through, as she is sucked into the trap shakes a little bit.
Can we say it? 1 in the box, ready to go. We be fast. Gosh, you guys have not learned anything, have you? It's
And
we be
they
fast and they
be
be slow.
Yeah!
Oh.
There is the lights on the house come up, and Timothy sort of comes over to you all and says, I had no idea that she was still here after all these years. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
I'm sorry. You're welcome. But also, I told you there was someone named Timothy sent me and you just let us in here. Anyway, long story short, you're welcome. Okay, bye.
I thought you were one of those kids playing tricks.
Wait, who showed up at the office?
It was a little boy and it said his name was Timothy and he was wearing a ghost mask.
I'm gonna reach out and just give this old man a shove.
And the hand goes right through.
What were you planning on telling us?
When it came up.
Wait, so you wanted us to come get rid of her and you knew about her all along?
Did you not see my hand just pass straight through this old man's shoulders?
Well, yeah, no, I saw that.
He kneels down on the ground, and as he does, the dog starts crying, and he goes over and tries, wraps his arms, but the arms find purchase, and he manages to wrap his arms around the dog. Dog's like covering him in kisses, and just sort of looks at all of you guys, and he disappears in sort of like a flash of light. As he does, the closet that's not too far away from you guys sort of swings open with a brown duffel bag sort of thunk, falling to the ground that was leaned up against the door.
I'm gonna go open it.
It's 50-50 money or a body.
Yeah.
Inside is a money body. Inside is a ghost mask that looks very familiar to one that you saw before, and just a duffel bag filled with money, like obscenely large amounts of money.
There doesn't happen to be a deed to the house in it.
As you reach into the bag to search for a deed to the house, we're going to cut to credits, and that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to our very first episode of Fandomonium. I love Ghostbusters, and I know you do as well.
What? Yeah, I've never heard of it.
So I thought a fun gift for all of us, and to celebrate Mother's Day, would be to dive into one of your favorite fandoms and things of that sort. So happy Mother's Day, Indigo. Happy Fandomonium Day to all of you. This is the inaugural episode of the very first system.
I think Billy deserves a round of applause for creating a system.
Do we like it? Should we keep playing? Should we?
Yes.
We'll talk about this after stream. As I said before, please go to the channel created by Dimitri. I'm not sending an email to the last chosen scribe, Billy, or whatever that channel is. Could we maybe?
It's the longest name. Don't worry. We're gonna leave it that way forever.
Please leave your feedback. Let me know what you thought. Send me an email to thelastchosenscribe@gmail.com. You know what? My MVP of tonight's episode, Aubrey Faith, you had some really fun moves there, and I really think you were in your character. So I'm actually going to let you choose the fandom for next episode of Fandomonium.
Wait, right now?
Yeah, why not? Right now.
I can't see what you're saying. I'm sorry. Oh gosh.
What's something
Does she
that
have to choose now, or?
Can I announce it in Discord later?
Actually, could you do this? Could you pick your top 3 and let the audience pick?
Ooh.
That's 3 times as difficult.
Top 3 fandoms.
Top 3 fandoms, and then
we'll
everybody can go to the
Discord.
Discord and vote on what they want the next episode of Fandomonium to be.
Okay.
Can you narrow it down to like 3 or 2? Would it 2 be better?
It's
Top
either
17.
gotta be
It's either
top
gotta be
17. It's either gonna be Firefly,
shiny,
shiny, or it is going to be my boys, my loves, my wibbly wobbly timey wimey babies, Doctor Who.
Both really good. Okay, so folks, stay tuned to the Discord. As soon as we're done here, someone's going to put up a poll, and you're going to be able to vote for which fandom we visit next for Fandomonium. If you guys want, we can come back and play, and we'll create fun doctors, or our own crew for Firefly.
Everything's shiny, Captain.
I'm so on board for this. I cannot be more on board for this.
I'm creating a poll right now.
Create a poll right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, as always, Indigo connect with people who like to play games like you. So we love you guys. There's always a spot at the table for you.